Good morning, everyone. It's 12 minutes past 8 o'clock right now, and it is time for Party Scoopers as we talk politics here on Iowa Live. We have one scoop here today, and we are talking about things that really make a difference here in Central Iowa.
Well, let's talk about that. Coming from the Democratic side, which you do represent, some heavy hitters continue to be in town. We had Nancy Pelosi, who was speaking over at Drake University. We had Joe Biden's wife here speaking on behalf of Latinos and trying to uplift that voting population. What else is happening? What are things to look forward
look, this is a huge week for the caucuses because on Friday night at Wells Fargo Arena, 14 candidates will gather for the Iowa Democratic Party Liberty and Justice Dinner.
So what you're saying is stay away from Wells Fargo Arena because it's going to be busy.
It is going to be busy and
lots of security.
I think they're expecting about 12,000 people.
Wow!
Like I said, all 14 candidates are going to be there. I'm sure there'll be 300 or 400 reporters descending on Des Moines from all over the world. And this is a big moment, I think, in this race. And it was a big moment in 2007. It was a big moment in 2015. It was a big moment all the way back in 1987. These dinners really, I think, mark the beginning of the final sprint to the caucus. We have just under 100 days. I call it the beginning of the fourth quarter, and this is where everything happens. Remember, in 2007, Hillary Clinton went into the JJ dinner ahead of Barack Obama.
Okay.
And she gave a terrific speech that night. Obama went last and literally turned the place upside down. His speech was so incredible that night. In fact, they made several TV ads out of excerpts from that speech. Really changed the course of the caucus. And it'll be interesting to see if anyone has that kind of breakout moment. You know, obviously there's candidates in that second tier of 7. They're going to have the top 7 go first and the next 7 go second. Can anyone break out of that bottom group and get up and challenge the leaders right now? So it's going to be a big week.
The pressure is going to be huge too.
Pressure is huge.
Would you call it a do or die? Like you need to make yourself known now in this moment, otherwise probably not going to have an opportunity to make it all the way.
If you're not in the top 4 or 5 today, you need to get there right away. And so I think if you're not in the top 4 or 5, you really need to get there soon. We have they're making the debates tougher to get into going forward. I think Senator Klobuchar just made it into the November debate with recent polling information. So she's kind of crossed that threshold. It's whether you like it or not, the DNC rules are limiting the field.
Okay.
And that's all before the caucuses. The caucus is supposed to do this.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to have any fallout after this weekend? Do you think people are going to fall out after this?
I don't know if anyone's going to fall out. I think, at this point, you probably make it till the end of the year. But I think it's going to be hard, once you get to January to keep going. And candidates have to decide, am I going to stay in through the caucuses and get 0 delegates?
Right.
Or do I drop out beforehand?
Now, there are a lot of passionate people here and across the country that are going to have their eyes on this. Is there still a chance to get in and hear what these politicians have to say, or are we going to have to rely on our local media to
Well, I think the Iowa Democratic Party still has tickets. If you go to the iowademocrats.org, I think there are tickets available. They're filling the entire Wells Fargo Arena. So
huge.
The floor will serve dinner, and then everything else people can attend. So it should be interesting. Of course, the campaigns are buying up lots of tickets.
I'd say, is this when the campaigns start making phone calls to invite people to the events?
So if you have a candidate that you're interested in, my guess is if you go to their website, they probably have tickets available too. So it's a big time.
It is a big time and something you don't want to miss. Let's bring it even a little more local. How are we looking with local races that are happening right now?
Well, we've got elections coming up on Tuesday.
Right.
So we have all these presidential candidates coming in Friday, and then Tuesday we have local races.
A week from today.
School board, that's right, school board and mayoral races. Certainly there's a big mayor's race in Des Moines. Check your ballot to see, do you have city council races, do you have mayor's races, and school board races, because these are the kinds of elections that really impact your day-to-day life more than anything else. It's fixing streets. It's what are we going to do in our schools?
School systems, right.
These are very big elections, and they have a direct impact.
So we had a set of debates, first set of debates with the mayoral candidates that were there. How do you think that went?
Well, I think We've had a long-term incumbent in Frank County.
Right.
If he gets reelected, I think he will be Des Moines' longest-serving mayor.
What's his current run now? 16?
4 years, yeah.
Okay.
Or 4 terms.
Yeah.
So this would be for a 5th term. And, you know, I think the challenge for anyone who is taking on either the mayor or any of the incumbents in the city council right now is, how do you say things in Des Moines aren't going well economically? Right? That's typically the argument that you make, is we need to make a change at the top because things aren't going well. I think what we heard in the debate is not everyone's enjoying the benefit of things going well right now. Downtown is bustling, but what about the neighborhoods? Why aren't the neighborhoods benefiting enough with all the growth going on downtown? But I think generally it's hard to say things aren't going well in Des Moines and in the Des Moines suburbs.
Is there anything any one candidate can do in this 1 week that we have left before the election to kind of sway voters?
Well, I think you have time basically to make one argument or 2 arguments. You can't try and do more than that.
Right.
And just hone in on an issue. I know several candidates are talking about streets. I live close to Fleur Drive. There's a lot of issues going on with Fleur Drive. It's been a disaster for a long time. They're totally redoing it right now.
Right.
But it's a mess, and so it's an important time to be talking about streets. But there are several other streets. There was just a report that said 55% of Des Moines streets are in fair or poor condition, and so, you know, it's a big priority.
Okay, now is that something that seriously, if a mayor does come in, a mayor can have like firsthand experience of getting things changed in that realm, or is it a whole process?
It's a matter of priorities, because no one's going to come in and just find a basket of money to fix the streets.
You're not going to wave a magic wand.
No, and of course the state has been pulling back on their support for cities, which has been part of the problem. The federal government has been unable to pass an infrastructure bill. Remember, Donald Trump said when he was running for president in 2016, he was going to pass this amazing infrastructure bill, and it was going to revitalize all these communities and rebuild roads, and he can't get it done. So there's not any new source of funding for someone to come in and make this a real priority.
But more importantly, you want to get out and vote. It might not be the presidential race, but you are voting on things, as you said, that are going to impact you on a local basis.
It affects you directly, and too many people sit at home on these local elections, and that way a very small minority of people get to decide who our mayors are and who our school board members are and who our city council members are.
Yeah, councilmen, because Chris Coleman stepping away, so
that's right. We have an at-large race for council, so there's a lot on this ballot.
Absolutely. So if people need a reminder of where they need to go a week from today to cast their vote. Just
visit the Polk County Auditor's website.
Okay.
The election office is one of the tabs on the website, and they have all kinds of great information. You plug your address in, they'll tell you where to vote.
Okay. All right. So big names in the world of politics continue to make their way through the metro. And the dinner is happening what night?
Friday night.
Friday night. Busy
Normally it's a
time.
Saturday night.
I was going to say, usually a Saturday.
Yeah, usually it's a Saturday night. And there's some speculation whether there's going to be any new polling information out.
Okay.
Don't know for sure. And then, of course, you know, we didn't have a lot of time to talk about this, but Speaker Pelosi was in town, and she just announced yesterday that there's going to be a public vote, and they're going to go to a new phase in impeachment. So
they're sticking with it.
They are definitely sticking with it. In fact, there's going to be testimony today from the national security staffer who was in the Situation Room with President Trump, who heard the conversation with President Zelensky on July 25th. And he went to the NSA council and said there was a problem with this call because he was holding up aid to Ukraine in order to pressure the president of Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. So this is no longer a whistleblower. It's no longer secondhand information. It's not hearsay. This is an actual person who has 20 years experience in the Army, was head of Ukrainian policy, was in the room, and reported it immediately.
Are we going to see this, or is this behind closed doors?
The testimony today will be behind closed doors, but everything's going to be out in the open here soon.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on that, too.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Have a week until we talk to our party scoopers again, and just another reminder to get out there and please vote.